Today I want to show you how to make a traditional northern Indian dish called Chana Masala. Now, to start off, it's good to have your aromatics and spices all ready to go and measured out. So we're going to start with a teaspoon of cumin seeds, and then a spice blend of a tablespoon of ground coriander, teaspoon of turmeric, teaspoon of either regular or smoked paprika, half a teaspoon of garam masala, and half a teaspoon of salt. And then I'm gonna have about half a cup, maybe 3/4 of a cup there of chopped red onion. Yellow onion works well too. Half of chopped jalapeno pepper, a couple of teaspoons of garlic, and some ginger that I'm going to show you how to grate. If you've never used fresh ginger before, it comes in a root like this, and you can simply peel off the outer coating there, and then you want it really finely grated for this recipe. So what I like to do is just take a grater and like that. We're only going to need about a teaspoon, and then that's going to give us all of the flavor we want. Ginger is known to be a great digestive aid. It has a lot of medicinal properties in addition to great flavor. Okay, we're gonna need a little bit more. We'll keep going here. We're gonna heat a pan over medium-high heat, and then I'm gonna add a splash of olive oil and a little bit of butter. Now, if you have ghee on hand, that's gonna be the more traditional, and you can use that. All right, once you've got your oil source warmed up, go ahead and add your cumin seeds and get those nice and toasted. And you'll really start to smell the aroma from the cumin. And I used a mixture of olive oil and butter. You can just use olive oil if you want to keep the dish vegan. Or you could use ghee if you want to make it most traditional. And now I'm going to add in my chopped onions. I'm using red onion, yellow onion, white onion, any kind of onion is going to work here. Once that cooks down for a couple of minutes, you start to see some browning on the edges. I'm going to add our other aromatics. We've got some ginger, garlic, and jalapeno. I used about half a jalapeno with the seeds. You can also just use de-seed the jalapeno, and that's going to work fine. And then I also added a couple of cloves of minced garlic and that grated ginger. And we're going to cook this down for just about a minute or so and really make sure it gets good and mixed in. Then we're going to add our spice mixture. Stir it in. That's really starting to smell really good. Then we're going to add our pureed tomatoes, a cup. Once we get that mixed in, we're going to turn down the heat and just let it simmer for about 5 to 10 minutes. And you could use fresh tomatoes here, but then it would take longer for it to cook and break down. So we're going to use canned to just make it a little more easy and efficient. Once it cooks down, the sauce is going to look something like this. And then we're going to go ahead and add our 2 cups of cooked chickpeas and half a cup of water. And we'll just get all of that mixed in. Again, let it simmer for, I don't know, 10, 12 minutes or so. Alright, so this has been simmering for about 10 minutes and it's looking great, smelling awesome. Last step, we're just going to smash a few of the chickpeas. That's going to thicken the sauce a little bit. I'm using a potato masher. If you don't have that, totally fine. You can just use like the back of a fork. This is what it's going to look like in the end. Serve that over some rice and top it with yogurt and chopped cilantro. You've got a great meal. Enjoy.